Good morning, everybody. We're talking about giants. We're talking about finding a way to get cleverer than them and rather not stronger, because the giant's always going to beat you when you fight him on his terms. Yesterday we said before you face the giant, who's going to, first question to you is going to be to say, who do you think you are? What entitles you to fight with me? In order to know who you are, we said you need to know whose you are. Your identity has got to be found in Christ. That's why Jesus says that I am a new creation. You know, my identity is not in what the world says I am. My identity is not found in who my failures say that I am. My identity is not even found in what my successes may say that I am, because Satan would want to label you with a few labels. One of the labels that would come from the voice of shame is to suggest to you that you're a victim. You're just a victim of your circumstances. People have not understood you. You haven't had the right resources. You haven't had the background. You haven't had the training. And the moment we divert in the face of a challenge or a giant to this place where we say, man, I'm just a victim. I'm never going to do this. I've lost this battle so many times. I'm never ever going to achieve anything. I'm never going to win. I'm just going to lie down and let him walk all over me. Hey, I've got to tell you, people, there are a lot of folks that are in that situation today who just beat themselves up saying, I've lost so many times. Why would I even bother to contend again in this fight? Well, once you know who you are, you have the power of your Creator inside of you, who says, greater is He who's in me than he who's in the world. That's an awesome, amazing concept. But when we're talking about who we are, and this voice that shame would say, what entitles you? You're just a victim. Think of the number of biblical people that have had the same thing. My mind goes to Gideon. In the book of Judges, we have the story of Gideon. Boy, did he have a victim's mentality. There he was, in a wine press, knocking out his own corn, that he'd had to steal his own corn from the Midianites who were oppressing the Israelites. And when the angel of the Lord came and said to him, hail, mighty warrior, Gideon was totally confused, and he was arguing with the angel of the Lord to say, you've got the wrong person. Don't you know who I am? I am so weak. I'm the weakest man in the weakest tribe, in the weakest nation of Israel. Angel, I am not in any shape or form a mighty warrior. And the angel would probably just smile and say, well, you don't know who you are, because you don't know whose you are. You are indeed a mighty warrior. You are not a victim, you are a victor. And if you go into this battle against the giants of life with a victim's mentality to say, he's just going to beat me again, he's just going to whip me again, I'm just going to run away, turn tail and hide, and play the victim, you're never, ever going to win against the giant. His words will come to you. Who do you think you are? When you know whose you are, you'll be able to answer that question. And one of the things he's going to tell you, he's going to whisper in your ear, you're a victim. I'm going to beat the heck out of you again. I'm going to win again, because you've lost to him every time because you try to fight him on your own terms. You know, this power of a label. You know, we often, when I talk with teachers sometimes, I have the opportunity to say to them as best I can, you know, your voice of authority is very powerful to that child. What you say to that kid, he's going to believe. Because at that early stage in life, when you're 5, 6, 7, 8 years old, your teacher knows everything. You do know that, eh? Parents know nothing. Teacher knows everything. And when Johnny comes home from school and tells mom and dad what the teacher has said, mom and dad are looking at him and saying, haven't we been saying the same thing? But when you say it, it doesn't count, because it's the source from which it counts that gives it credibility. So when the teacher says, Johnny, you're a useless little boy, you're never going to achieve anything, you're going to fail in life, you're not going to amount to anything. When a teacher puts that label on a kid, that kid is going to believe the teacher and spend the rest of his life living out that label. So when Satan wants to label you as a victim, you tell him into his face, that's not who I am. I have the power of God within me. I am a new creation in Christ. greater is he who is in me. And for goodness sake, people, go and learn a few Bible verses so that when he comes with that, you can quote the Bible back to him, because he can't stand that. And if you come to him with a couple of those victorious verses, Satan will leave, like he did with Jesus on the Mount of Temptation. And he came to Jesus with temptations that you and I face every time. Jesus didn't argue with him. He didn't debate with him. He didn't try and argue his way out of it. He didn't play the victim. He just says, Satan, it is written. And you can only know what to say to Satan when you know, people, what is written. So do yourself a favor and go and learn a few Bible verses that you can answer in the face of Satan when he comes with his voice of shame to you, telling you, you're a victim, man. You've lost this battle so many times and you're going to lose it again. You answer him with scriptures. Don't argue with him. He's bigger than you. That's what he wants you to do. Just give him both barrels of some Bible verses that you have learned. So go today. I urge you. Young people, listen, man. You know, you can't live out of a church experience as one sermon a week. You've got to read the Bible. You've got to learn a few verses. So when Satan comes against you, you've got an appropriate weapon that you're able to deal with him with. We'll be talking about that later on. But have a great day. You're a victor, people. We take on a victor's mentality. Stop playing the victim. No. I want you to notice this quickly. God can never use anybody with a victim's mentality. Before God uses anybody to achieve his purpose, he's got to get rid of that victim's mentality. He did it with Gideon. He did it with Moses. He's done it many times. He's going to do the same with you. So if you want to be used of God, serve his purpose, get rid of that darn victim's mentality, because God can't use you until you do. Thanks for listening to me, people. Go and have a phenomenal day today. See you soon. Bye.